Welcome to the Cursed Curs. Taking a look at the Nightlords Combat Patrol set. This is a pretty cool set. Comes with some great basic units to start off your Nightlords. Taking a look, opening this up. Right away you see the book. Pretty standard as far as books go. This one is pretty thick, I feel like, even for a combat patrol. Got all of your bases right here, nothing strange. And you've got your Chaos Lord of Jump Pack, and then the endless sprues that are associated with your Chaos Rhino. Pretty excited to build this. They're always solid. I'm not sure how many of them you actually want. Probably no more than 2, but solid if you don't have them yet. Here is the sprues for your Chosen. And you also see the Nemesis Claw upgrade. Love this. Can't get enough of these as a Nightlords fan. And some of your Legionary sprues. So nothing crazy on this set. Pretty standard stuff, but really all great stuff to start your army with. Now taking a look at your actual combat patrol for the Nightlords. Going into the Masters of Terror, and let's start with the data sheets. So let's take a look at who they have. Chaos Lord. He's got his standard stat line, 4+ invulnerable save. And he has the twin-linked lightning claws. Pretty killer for any character to have. Deep Strike, Dark Pax, and Cruel Hunter. Gives him the ability to move 6 inches instead of 3 inches when consolidating or piling in. This is awesome, especially since he is completely melee focused now. So that data sheet ability is pretty killer. Outside of that, nothing too crazy for him. The Rhino has Combi Bolter and Rapid Fire 2, but that's the only ranged weapon they're giving it. It's basic melee. So nothing too exciting looking at it. But its abilities, Deadly Demise D3, makes sense. Firing Deck 2, so 2 of your units can use their ranged weapons during the shooting phase for this. And it can fit 12 of your Astartes infantry in it. So you essentially can fit most of your combat patrol units inside the Rhino. The Chosen, they're awesome. Everyone knows what the Chosen can do. They have bolt pistol and bolt gun. All 5 of them have that. It has its standard data sheet there for them. Melee weapon, they all get accursed weapons. Abilities, Dark Packs, and Chosen Marauders. So they can shoot and declare a charge in a turn which they advance or fall back. Again, they all have bolt gun, bolt pistol, cursed weapons. Pretty solid sheet. Then you have the Nemesis Claw, bolt pistol, flamer, and plasma pistols, melee weapons, Astartes chain swords, close combat weapons, chain glaive, which is awesome, and the power fist. Really excited about the Nostrum chain glaive. It's just a killer weapon. They have Dark Packs and Visions of Suffering. Each time this model targets someone that's under full strength, they get +1 to hit. If they're below half strength, they get +1 to wound as well. And they allow you to split this up into 2 5-man squads. Here's a breakdown. Visionary has Plasma Pistol, Power Fist. 7 of the units have Bolt Pistol, Astartes chain swords, and close combat weapons. 1 has the Flamer, and 1 has the Nostrum chain glaive. It's the Nemesis Claw kill team. They're awesome, but they do not have that battle line keyword, which does hurt. Now looking at the army rules, your Chaos Lord, he gets to take the Shadow Haunter enhancement or replace it with Flens Master, which we'll take a look at in a second. And then secondary objectives already here. or you can replace that with moment to strike. But outside of that, there's nothing too particular or interesting that this tells us right here. And since they are still Chaos Space Marines, they still do have dark packs. That should be no surprise to anyone. You get your lethal hits or sustained hits, and if you fail, you still get that, but you have to take D3 damage. So now the Shadow Hunter is the bearer has stealth and lone operative abilities, or Flens Master, improve the strength, armor penetration, and damage characteristics of melee weapons equipped by the bearer by 1. The Chaos Lord only has melee weapons, so that would make sense. Taking a look at the stratagems, this one pretty much gives you sticky objectives if you want to spend 1 CP since you have no battle line units, which will be helpful if you do want to win the combat patrol. When an enemy unit ends its move within 6 inches of you, you can spend a CP and do a D6 move or a normal move if you are the jump pack. The last one gives you +1 armor penetration and anti-monster 4+, and anti-vehicle 4+. Now taking a look at secondary objectives. At the end of the battle, you score 10 VP if one or more of your units in the army, excluding battle shock, are wholly in your opponent's deployment zone. At the end of your turn, score 5 VP if you destroy one or more enemy units. Overall, pretty happy with how this is set up for Combat Patrol. I think it is an improvement over some past ones. I definitely like it more than the standard Chaos Space Marine Combat Patrol, but you let me know how you feel about it and if you think it's an improvement over past ones or a downgrade.